Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome over here to the second stage of this rally. The Dascar Rally Championship is back again. Stage number 2 on the Dakar Rally River Crossing stage. So this is a stage which is very different to stage number 1. The first section is very fast, almost flat out, with 2 river crossings where we go over the water, and then a couple of slower sections with some difficult jumps and some bumps, but still overall it's very fast. And then the third section is more technical, where we have also 2 big jumps, really big jumps over there. So a very exciting stage we are looking forward to. Currently we have still 19 drivers left after RJ Bishop has already retired from the rally. So 19 drivers left. Cody Smart currently on top of the board, the only driver to go underneath the 5 minutes mark in the stage number 1. But everybody is very close together, and that means that this stage is gonna be very critical for everyone, because if you have a bad run over here, you will drop like a rock. 90 drivers are still left. Let's take a look at our current standings and the starting order in which these guys will hit stage number 2. The order in which these drivers are going to hit the racetrack is how they currently stand. So that means that Cody Smart will be on track first, followed by Sebastian Torres and Sonne Course. And as you can take a look at the current standings over here, we are going to mention the times that these drivers have in total. So the overall time that these drivers will get you. So Jerry Guerra and DJ Kirk with the Promise in stage number 1 will hit the track last. So here Cody Smart is in the number 32, as he is the first driver on the racetrack. So that's always a little bit difficult. He had a couple of moments over here. This is one of them over the first river crossing, and the second river crossing he had also a moment, went wide in both river crossings. So well, that was not everything he had. Of course, he's the first driver on the racetrack, so that's always a little bit of an unknown. Big slide over here, lost a little bit of time. And, well, as he continues racing over the sideways, one of the sideways jumps was pretty smooth here, but it could have been better, and we'll see better later on in the run. And at sometimes he was pretty aggressive over the jumps. This one was very easy, that one was a little bit hard. And this is his biggest moment. He hits the fence as he comes through, sliding through that turn, and that will deliver him a little bit of damage. Not too much damage, but it definitely lost him some time. Cody Smart, as he goes over the final jump and over the finish right there, he will put down a 9:40.07 overall, and that is currently of course fastest, but it was pretty good run for being first on the racetrack, but we're gonna see much faster this run. Next up is number 40 car of Sebastian Torres. He had a very smooth first section, though, much faster and cleaner than Cody Smart had. Over this jump he also went, well, not too much better, but he made barely any mistakes, and that's really what you want to have. This is the fastest section on the racetrack. Great slow-mo over here. 4th gear, flat out a big jump, but well, if it is all straight on, so it's not, you don't have to brake for it, it doesn't damage your car much. Went very smooth through the section where Cody Smart hit the fence, and he continues pushing hard. Now over that jump, that was a little bit too much, so that was a little bit too hard. That one was sideways, also a little bit too hard, so the jump's not perfect for him. However, he will put down a 9:37.97, and that is the fastest time so far. So almost more than 2 seconds faster than Cody Smart he went. Sonne Course is up next. She had a very smooth first section as well, except for this moment, but that could have been much worse. Sonne Course was racing much calmer than she was in the first section. There was a little bit sideways, but that's not a big deal. That one was also much cleaner, so the opening stage for her was very aggressive. This time she did a lot better, much calmer. Also over this jump, landing on the nose, that was a little too aggressive, but well, this is the biggest moment for her, and this spin is gonna cost her a whole lot of time. Looped it as she came down over that final jump just before the start finish line, and that will put her with a 9:44.45, dead last, currently losing 4 seconds over Cody Smart, so a very bad time for her. Next up is John Arndt in number 1 car, 4th on the racetrack, and also the first non-4th on the racetrack, so top 3 currently 4th. And he had a little bit of moment over there, but overall it was a pretty good run through that first section. And it's a little bit sideways, loses a little bit of time over there. Very smooth over those jumps, except for, well, this one. The first one was very smooth. And as he went a little bit wide over there, he continues pushing hard. And as we head to the final jump over here, that's a little bit too big, and he lands on the rear of his car. That loses him a little bit of time, also causes some damage. The overall fast section, 940.49, which will put him in 3rd place, so worse than Cody Smart Special Tours, but still Nathaniel McGay in number 4 car is up next. And he was pushing very, very hard. Also went wide over there, but he barely lifted as he continues racing hard and had a few slides and a couple of loose moments. This is another one of those slides, a little one though, but still he was pretty fast. And there, a big jump for him, almost goes off the track. But this is also his biggest moment. Has exactly the same thing happened to him as what happened to Sonny Course. Lands the car, and as soon as the rear tires hit the racetrack, he just spins around and also shoots up right straight in the next turn, which of course has, because of that moment, he has put him off his apropos. Much calmer through the last jump, but the damage has already been done due to that spin, in 9:46.45, which will put him dead last. And yes, indeed, almost loses 10 seconds over the fastest time so far. Gabriel Wanderley, number 89, is up next. And he was also pushing very hard in the first section. He had a few slips and slides, but well, eventually it doesn't look too bad. There's another big slide. He made a couple of mistakes in this run here as he goes over the jump. That could have been better, but was not too bad. Pushing very hard through this very fast turn. This is also just flat out, just like this jump. But there he almost loses control of the car, a big wiggle. And as he goes into the next turn, the wiggle continues. So wow, look at that car control by Gabriel Wanderley. Goes straight in this turn. So the second and third section were definitely not as smooth as the first one. Over the jump, he took it much calmer than Sonny Course did, and others as well, which will put him with a 9:37.50, so surprisingly fast for Gabriel Wanderley. He had put down the fastest time so far, so that's a big surprise. Mitch Red's number 24 car is up next. He also had a very smooth first section. A little bit wide over there, just right on the edge, loses control a little bit, but he continues his way and without much time lost. Over the jump over there, which is also, well, these drivers continue lose the jump, but that was a big moment over there. A big jump, almost flipped the car on its roof. And well, his aggressiveness over these jumps continue. Here he lands on his nose, and that definitely did some damage to his car, but it also lost quite a lot of time. Well, including this wide slide. So Mitch regrets just too aggressive over those jumps, which lost him eventually quite a bit of time. And as he comes over the last jump, at least that was much faster, a little bit of slide he had over there, but damage was already done at 9:42.12, which will put him in 5th place of the 7th drivers who have been. That of course is overall. So Manuel Hartnett in the number 93 car is up next, and he had a very smooth first section, so that's one is good, always good. The first section is very hard, important. That one was a little bit too sideways, so a little bit too much of a wiggle on the landing, and lost a little bit of time, and he overshoots this turn. Also a little bit of time lost, but coming over the last turn a little bit too hard. Still, he put down the fastest time, a 9:37.36, which is just 14/100ths of a second faster than the second time now. So, Manuel Harden on top of the bars. Barbara Sophie, number 21 car, is up next as she screwed up a second river crossing, goes off track, a little bit too wide. And the first one was pretty smooth though, but still the second one not. Another big wide over here as she goes even through the weeds over there. So, a couple of moments she had already, and the moments continues as well throughout her run. That one was pretty decent, but there she already loses control of the car before the jump, and that will automatically cause her to lose control of the car over the second jump as well. A great slide over here as we go on with her over this big jump. It was pretty decent, and she didn't lose a whole lot of time with that. Over the last jump, well, eventually it goes a little bit wide. It didn't look too slow except for those moments, but those moments were enough for her to put down a 9:44.35, which is currently the seventh fastest time. So not too good of a run for her. Joshua Michaelson, number 33 car, is up next, and he was absolutely storming through this first part. Almost hit the wall over there, which was a pretty close call. If you hit that wall, you're definitely done. But Joshua Michaels, did it very good, and also this turn is exactly how you should tackle that turn. A little bit of a slide, a little bit wide over there, not as wide as Barbara Sophie went, but still he lost a little bit of time over there. Hard over the jumps. That one was the first one, not sideways, and that one was therefore a little bit more cautious. But still he didn't really slow down as he goes over the final jump, a little bit sideways, landing on the rear, also losing a little bit of time over there, and eventually will put down a 9:37.52, which is the third fastest time, and it was only 0.02 seconds slower than the 89 car of Gabriel Wanneley. So next up is Daniel Boucard in the number 87 car. He had a little bit of a difficult opening section where he lost second gear. He also had a couple of moments in this part, especially the first part, went a little bit wide over there. And here a little bit of a slide also lost him a fraction of a time. But he continued running pretty hard, pretty wide as well sometimes. And here as we go, take a slow-mo over this jump, look at that sideways jump. Believe it or not, but if that is the fastest way to go over this jump, that is because there is the flattest. Over the jump, big landing on his nose, also loses control of the car. So except for those moments, he had a pretty good run, and also this moment he had a pretty good run. 9:44.04 though, so that's a disappointing time for him, which will put him in 8th place, so could have gone much better. Aiden Shepard, the number 48 car, is up next, and he had a very good first section. Also was pushing very hard, very smooth. A little bit of a slide over here, but that's, well, this was pretty fast, so didn't lose much time in there. However, he loses time over here as he spins it around, lands the car a little bit too sideways, and therefore, well, Aiden Shepard goes for a spin. But due to that spin, he tried to gain as much time that he lost. In full commitment, he went on, and there also runs a little bit wide. Pushes very hard over the last jump as well. Big jump, that's the biggest jump we've seen so far, and also goes sideways, but well, damage already done. A 9:49.91, that's the slowest time of today, so not a good run for Aiden Shepard. Chris Dodd is up next. He was last in the opening stage. This time he starts in 8th place, so, and he had a very clean first section. That is what you want to have on this racetrack. The first section is the fastest part. A little bit of a wiggle over there, but overall it was a pretty good run. A little bit of slide over here as well. Sometimes he was a little bit too aggressive as he also went over these jumps. Bam, that's a little bit too hard, as then he has to go through the grass. This jump, way too hard over this jump, and he loses much time in this one as he goes sideways over that final part. This one also lands the car too straight, and therefore Chris Dodd puts down a 9:44.66, so big damage over that last jump, and again a disappointing time for him. Nicky Maxwell in number 25 car is up next. And well, his first part was pretty decent, so not as clean as we've seen before. And here he also runs a little bit too wide, loses some time as he had to lift over there. And there, as we go through the part where we see many drivers spin around, well, this one he did pretty cleanly. Not a big slide over there, so that's good for Nicky Maxwell. Whoop! Also wiggle, 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 but he continues with a pretty decent run. A couple of moments he had, but overall it was a good run for him. And he was very careful with the jumps. As here we see the final jump coming up, pretty calm over there. But he put down a 9:41.28, so 7th fastest time. Not really what he had hoped for. Could have been faster, but well, at least he will continue. Joseph Nasto is up next in number 62, his own custom-made car. He was first on the racetrack in the opening stage, and now he starts later, and you can already feel the advantage. A very clean first part. As he goes over that jump. Well, it wasn't even a jump for him, so very cleanly. Much grip he had, he said afterwards. A lot of grip for him, and this part was, well, a little bit, I couldn't really see it, to be honest. But Joseph Ernesto, he was very smooth throughout his run, not even a whole lot of moments. Very calm, and actually I'd say not a whole lot of moments. He was absolutely mistake free. Last jump for him, very smooth, and as he curls the start finish line, you can already feel it coming. He puts down the fastest time in this stage, a 9:39.36 overall. That's a fifth fastest time, so a good run for him. Zachary Fitzwater, number 39, is up next, and he also had a pretty good first part. A little bit of a slide over there. Don't hit the cows because you don't want to kill one of those. Now the next part, a little slide over there, slows him down just a tiny bit, but he continues fast. Ooh, sideways over the jump, and he goes off track. Look out for that house, almost runs through two of those houses. That's not what you want. And over the jump, great slow-mo over here. This is once again the flat out 4th gear, very fast jump. Lands the car on the nose, and then you can see the car just bounces up the racetrack again. Now as he goes through the section where we've seen cars, well, normally we've seen cars slide over there, but oh, nose landing for Zachary Fitzwater, and that is a little bit of too aggressive jump. Did some damage to his car. Lands again pretty hard, and he puts down a 9:47.47, so that's the 15th slowest, fastest time. So bad run for Zachary Fitzwater. Next up is Sven Meyer in the number 28 car, and he has a lot of rally experience. We've seen Joseph or John Dino has put out background information. I'm sorry, I haven't thought about putting it here, so we'll come next stage. He tackled those bumps with a lot of care, and you can really see that his professional skills come forward over here, his experience. However, he still slides wide over here, so overshoots that turn, and then has a difficulty getting away again. He used all of the road and much more, but look at this jump as he goes completely backwards, almost flips over the car, hits the fence with the rear. And believe it or not, he still put down a 9:48.30. That is total time. His time in this stage was a 9th fastest time. And can you believe that after this moment, he put down a 9th fastest time? So and still his time in this section was, well, beat, what was it? 8 drivers. So next up is Jerry Guerra, and he already had a pretty slow first section, so he's gonna be pretty far behind. By the way, Sven Meyer currently 16th position. Jerry Guerra next up the racetrack, and there you can see he slides wide, a little bit of a moment over there, and he lost a lot of time in that part. He said that this car was very loose, so while Joseph Ness's car was very neat, if it had a lot of grip, his car had no grip at all almost. So over the jump he went, which we didn't broadcast of course. A little bit of slide over there, but it was a good one. And here he tries to cut the corner, trying to make up time which he lost in that first bit. But then, well, of course, he goes wide in the next section. Jerry Guerra lands the car pretty hard, not a very good time, 4:41.03, which is 15 fast time, but overall he has a 10:01.53. So DJ Kurker in the number 50 car, the last car to be on this racetrack, and I really should make these videos a little bit longer. I'm sorry about that they're so short, but also gives me no time to think about what I have to say. DJ Kurker, he had a smooth first part, and he took it a lot easier over those jumps. He knew that he had to run a fast lap time, as there he did go a little bit wide. But he had a very slow first opening stage. But this time it was much faster for him, a little bit hard on the landing though. Pushes on over the grass, and there another big jump for him. He was pushing pretty hard, and yet he was very conservative. There a little bit of nose landing, but still it could have been much worse for him as he goes over the final landing. That was too aggressive though, and he damaged his car. A 9:59.49, that is currently the 18th time, so he did pass Jerry Guerra. But, well, as we have no video anymore, let's take a look at the final standings over here. Emmanuel Harden is currently on top of the board, so he put down a fast time, but you can see the first four are within just a few tenths of a second. After that, the gap grows a little bit, and you can see that now we have had much more spread out times, so a couple of guys losing time and a couple making up a whole lot of time. So ladies and gentlemen, that was it for this part. I apologize that it was a little bit messy and that I didn't do a very good job in commentating, but that was just because I made the videos much too short, so I promise you that I will do much better next time. So hopefully I will see you then back next. We will go to stage number 3. I'm not 100% sure yet which stage that will be. We have two possibilities. The first one I said that it was the open plains stage, but that stage has a little bit of issues. It could be possible that we're still going there, but well, I will keep you updated. That stage will come next week, before Wednesday or Thursday at least, because then I'm going on vacation. So thank you very much for watching. Next time I will do the videos a little bit longer than this time, so I have also more time to think about what I have to say and to talk. So apologies for that, and for now I want to thank you for watching, and therefore I will see you for stage number 3 over here in the Dascar Rally Championship here in 2016 on Ziggo Sports.